y'all. Welcome to Late Night with Bridget and Holly. I'm your host, Bridget.
And I'm your host, Holly.
And y'all, tonight we have ridiculous small claim court cases. But before we get into that, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell here on YouTube, or you can subscribe to us on any of your favorite podcast stations. If we're not on one, hit me up at bridgetandholly@gmail.com and I'll make sure we get there. But y'all, tonight we're going to talk about ridiculous small court cases. This was Holly's idea for this podcast. When I started doing the research on it, I was like, okay, this is going to be good because some of these are absolutely ridiculous.
They really are, because I'm like, the things that people go to court about, like, who in their mind thinks, oh yeah, I'm going to win this? No, but sometimes they do.
Sometimes. Now, what would you do, like, if you were a judge and you seen, because they get to review the cases before they hear them, and you seen one of these ridiculous cases come across your desk? What would you be like? You big idiot.
I would, and I would laugh their ass out the courtroom. I would be like, take your ass on, because we got bigger people or bigger fish to fry than your ass.
For real. So I'm gonna let you start us off on the first case.
Okay. The first case that I read about is called Favorite Pants. In 2007, when Custom Cleaners, a neighborhood dry cleaner, returned what Judge Roy Pearson claimed to be the wrong pair of pants, Pearson, an administrative law judge, decided to take action and sue for $67 million. He claimed that the pants he dropped off for alteration had been lost, and the dry cleaner did not meet the claim of the satisfaction guaranteed sign that hung in the cleaner's window. The $67 million, which was later lowered to $53 million, Pearson says was equal to claims for common law fraud violations. Pearson eventually lost the pant case after he failed to prove the trousers he picked up were not his. He's a judge. He's a judge going to court over some fucking pants, and then gonna sit there and raise hell, and then you can't prove that those were your trousers.
If the pants don't fit, you must have quit.
You must have quit. Hell yeah, I like that. That's a good one.
Oh my God, that's ridiculousness.
That's crazy.
That's ridiculousness.
Absolutely ridiculousness.
Okay, so we have Vesmar versus Cruz. There was a guy named Brandon Vesmar, and he sued Crystal Cruz in 2017 for texting during their movie date. Swear to God. Swear to God.
Oh my God.
He found it to be distracting and disrespectful. He had asked her several times to stop texting, and she refused. So he decided to sue her for the cost of the movie ticket for $17.31.
It cost him more to go to court.
I know. The judge eventually dismissed the case and ruled that Vesmar's claim did not meet the minimum threshold for damages required to file a lawsuit in small claims court. Can you imagine? I personally think that you have a really good lawsuit on Jason for not taking out the trash and causing you mental anguish.
Right, like I would win that court case compared to texting during the damn movie date. Like, I'm already crying. These are going to be ridiculous.
I tell you what you could sue him for. You could sue his pants off so he could be like the other guy.
Oh, yes, yes. Sue your pants off for not taking out the trash, bitch.
That's right.
Let me know if you see some mascara on it, because these has got me in stitches already. Yeah, I got to apologize if I start laughing when she reads, because your girl can't hold it. Okay, this one is called Drunken Identity. In 1991, Richard Overton sued Anheuser-Busch for $10,000, claiming that the company had falsely advertised had falsely advertised a scene of a beautiful woman and man enjoying themselves while drinking beer. Overton was upset when he discovered this type of lifestyle was not a reality from merely drinking a beer. his case was promptly dismissed. Bitch, you are that stupid to where you think if you drink a beer, you gonna be in a romantic scene with a woman.
Stupid. So stupid. I'm telling you, people have lost their damn minds. For
They
real.
really have. Oh my god, I laughed at that one so hard.
Okay, so there was an unnamed Frenchman that sued Uber in 2017, claiming that the app caused his divorce. Okay. So the story goes like this: the man once ordered an Uber using his wife's iPhone,
Uh-huh.
and there was a bug in the app that prevented the session from closing properly. So his wife then received notifications of all his future Uber rides.
Oh,
Ooh.
the plot thickens. Dum, dum, dum.
Yep. And both the locations and times aroused her suspicion. She then issued a divorce, believing that her husband was cheating. And the man, in turn, blamed Uber for his failed marriage and sued the company for $50 million.
Oh
Unfortunately,
my god.
the outcome of that lawsuit is still unknown.
Really?
We
I
don't know how
mean,
that turned out.
dang, I wish we could know. I mean, because even though it's stupid, he does kind of have a case because that's his personal information being leaked. So, I don't
Yeah, but you
know.
think, but he's the one that forgot to. Well, no, it says a bug in the app. So
Yeah,
yeah,
bugging the app. So they fucked up. They fucked up.
yep.
That's crazy.
iPhone don't
Um,
be letting you cheat though. They be telling stuff on you.
Here, I mean, me and you could sit here and be talking about constipation and open up TikTok. And we're gonna see a commercial for X-Lax, Miralax,
Yeah.
or we're gonna go to Amazon and it's gonna say, "Hey, we heard you were constipated. Try these."
Yeah,
It's the
exactly.
damnest thing. Okay, this is called the hairy hand, and when I saw this, I was like, "What the actual fuck?" A young man named George had surgery to correct an ugly scar he had on his hand. The surgeon grafted the skin from George's chest onto his hand, except George had a hairy chest. So now he has a hairy hand. Oh, God, he has a hairy hand as well. George sued the surgeon and was awarded the difference in value between a 100% good hand and a hairy hand. But I'm a little confused. So what did we take from that? Like, I'm confused. I wonder what he got from that.
I thought you was getting ready to tell me he grafted pubic skin.
Ew, that would be so nasty.
I'm
But
gonna
I
tell
mean,
you
he
what I think's
won.
gross, and I'm sorry if there's men out here or women who are married to men out here like this, but I'm gonna tell you, yeah, hair on the hand would gross me out, but hair on the back
Oh,
grosses me out. I can't stand hair on the back.
I shaved Jason's back. Jason's very very hairy. Now I like his chest hair. I think the
Yeah,
chest hair is
chest I can
sexy.
handle. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like, oh, honey, you are looking like a man. But
yep.
back hair, I'm not so big on because when I go to
Mm-mm.
like give him a rub down and use lotion, it gets all tangled up in that shit and looks all white and crusty like his back's got a yeast infection.
God,
So I shave that shit off. Oh.
for real. Okay, this one is Ramirez versus Kraft Foods. Okay,
Oh.
this lady with the last name Ramirez claims that Kraft Foods had advertised its microwave bowls as ready in 3.5 minutes. But she said that it was only the instructions only described the cooking time and failed to take into account the time it took to remove the lid, add the cheese sauce, add the water, and stir. She claims that she would have known that, she wouldn't have bought it, she wouldn't have purchased it. But anyhow, she said it was false advertising and deceptive practices, and her case was dismissed on ridiculousness. But her lawyer had also filed lawsuits against Frida Home Tito's, where she claimed it wasn't enough time.
What girl? When you started reading that, I was like, oh my God, I found that when I wrote it down, but my story didn't say her name. And I was like, you got to be freaking kidding me. All because they didn't include the time of opening up the damn package, filling it up, and popping it in the microwave. Bitch, you stupid. You're
Exactly.
stupid.
But here's what gets me. It's these kind of lawsuits that make them put the obvious shit on a package, like Tide Pods. Do not eat these.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's like when we're reading these things, you're like, why the fuck would they have to put something like that on this package? It's because these dumbasses like this right here.
Uh-huh. And I don't understand how people would look at the Tide Pods and be like, it makes me want to eat it. What about that makes you want to eat it? Is it because it's fat and squishy? What food have you bought that looks like that? Like, why would you say to yourself, God, that Tide Pod looks good. I want to eat it.
I'd rather eat a Tide Pod than a damn sweet potato.
Oh my God. You're still going to eat a sweet potato, man.
I'm not. That's not
Yeah,
happening.
she is, y'all. She is, I promise you. Yes. Um, okay, this one is called Bedazzled It. Excuse me. Judge Rose Maria sentenced an exotic dancer who pleaded guilty on a drug charge to wearing an ankle monitor. Just a few days later, the woman was back in the courtroom seeking an exception because the ankle monitor was kind of ruining her vibe at the strip club. In response, Judge Rosemary offered a solution: bedazzle it to match your outfits. Motion denied.
Oh my God.
Like, that's ruining your vibe. How? I mean, you just get up there and twirling the fuck around. It ain't gonna stop you from twirling, honey. If you good at your job anyway.
I would have incorporated the ankle monitor into my routine and been like, had like a prison outfit on and stripped it off or something,
See, like she could have made that her bitch and probably made so much money.
So good, so good.
Yeah.
So Bob Kraft was born Bob Kraft. That was his name when he was born.
Oh, okay.
But this Montana man changed his name to Jackass in the late 90s following the death of his brother. So why would he do that? It was to help promote safe and sober driving because his brother got killed by a drunk driver. He began running a nonprofit with the slogan, "Be a smartass, not a dumbass." But good intentions aside, his legal case was ridiculous. and so sorry, be a smartass, not, yeah. So anyhow, he tried to, remember the sitcom or whatever, Jackass, that come out?
Yes, I love that show.
He tried to sue them over that name because he had switched his to that first, and he was claiming they was plagiarizing his name. Okay, so he tried to sue Viacom.
What?
But you ready for this? After he filed the lawsuit, he ended up taking his own life before they ever went to court.
Was he that depressed because his brother died?
I don't know whether it was that or whether it was Jackass was using his. Maybe that he was thinking Jackass was using his name and that it was making fun of his name, and he felt like maybe everything he'd worked for was down the drain. But I'm sitting there thinking, why would you name yourself Jackass?
Yeah, I mean, who wants to be called that? Like, really?
That's about he changed his name.
Yeah, that's about as bad as Prince changing his name to a fucking symbol.
I'm telling you.
Hey, what's your name? It's crazy.
Okay.
This one is called "This Little Piggy Went to Town."
Oh, Lord.
Stephen Thompson of Painesville, Ohio, was arrested for disorderly conduct after shouting obscenities at a county police officer and calling him a pig. Thompson pleaded guilty to the charge, and Judge Michael Cicconetti sentenced him to stand 2 hours in a pig pen with a 350-pound pig on a city sidewalk while holding a sign that read, "This is not a police officer." The award-winning purebred pig was loaned to the city by a local farmer.
Oh my God.
So instead of sentencing him to doing some time, he got sent to the big pen, he got sent to the dirty pen.
So the last two you've read are not small claims courses. They were just arrest cases, right?
Did you see? No, it
I
was
saw
small
that.
claims. It was under small claims court. Like
It
they
sound,
went to court, but they pled guilty in court.
but you don't plead guilty for small claims. You're suing somebody for something. I'm so confused.
Oh no, it was under small claims, small claim courts, ridiculous small claim court stories.
Oh well, they got it messed up because those twos are about being sentenced in court.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, those you probably if they probably showed up because they said court cases, but small claims is like me suing you for something, and those are people
Yeah.
getting sent. Those are people getting sentenced.
Oh, they're still hilarious though.
I do think they're hilarious.
Yeah, they are funny, but yeah, it was underneath there, and I was like, and when I was reading it, I was like, well, he's not suing anybody, but he pled guilty. So I was like, I'm gonna write that one down because there's that one and another one that I wrote down like that.
Okay. I was a little confused. I was waiting to hear where the suing part come in. I got you. Okay, so let's go with. Let me see. I wanna get a going. Okay, I want to get a going. Um. Oh, listen to this one. Okay, so this guy is called Lookalike Lawsuit. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so some people would actually be honored to look like a celebrity. So if somebody tells you you look like, you're like, oh yeah, I love that, da 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 da. But not Alan Heckard. His name's Heckard. He was a Portland, Oregon man. He had been mistaken for Michael Jordan for the last 15, 20 years, and he was just fed up with it. He's like, I'm
Oh
done. I don't want to
wow.
be. Yep. So anyhow, he sued Michael Jordan and Nike, the co-founder, Nike co-founder Phil Knight, for promoting the Jordan shoes. Okay, both the lawsuits he filed come to $832 million, but he was claiming personal injury and emotional pain and suffering because he kept being told he looked like him. Okay, but he had shaved his head and had earring in his left ear to look just like Jordan. Okay, but he was 6 inches shorter and 8 years older. So he ended up dropping the lawsuit, okay, because he really didn't have a leg to stand on. And he ended up trying to sue for like 414 million or 416 million later, but they ended up throwing that one out.
What a dumb! He didn't have a leg to stand on at all, just because somebody
Uh-uh.
told him he looked like Michael Jordan.
That's right. I mean,
What a dumbass!
but sometimes I think these people go for lawsuits to just see if they can get money. Because you remember I didn't write
Yeah.
this one down, but you remember I think the most famous ridiculous lawsuit I ever heard of was the woman who sued McDonald's because she got hot coffee.
Oh my God! I mean, that's like the woman who tried to sue Wendy's because they said they found a finger in the chili.
Yeah. Do you think they
Uh-huh.
did or not? Do you think they really did?
No, I don't think they did. I think it was all bullshit.
I
I
think
still
so
eat
too.
their chili. It's good. Finger, finger
Finger
or
or
not.
not. Finger or not.
Yes. Okay, this is called Do the Hokey Pokey. A 63-year-old man sued a retirement home he was staying at for breaking his ankle due to doing the hokey pokey dance that they had during senior activities. The administrator of the retirement home showed proof he was not forced to participate. The judge dismissed the case and told him to turn it all around. I
I
thought that
like
one
the
was so
judge.
fucking cute.
I like
I
the
love
judge. The
that one.
judge has a sense of humor. Dismiss.
Yes.
Now turn this case
Dismissed.
around. That's it. Turn it around.
Oh, it was so funny.
I definitely think so. Okay, so let me see. Oh, you gonna love this one. Okay, ready?
Uh-huh.
In 2016, a customer sued Red Bull because it did not give him wings.
Oh my God, I heard about that. Oh, please fill me in.
Okay, so Red Bull's famous slogan is Red Bull gives you wings, right? And it got them
Yeah.
in some trouble because he filed a class action lawsuit saying that they had misleading ad and false claim. He says this energy drink did not give him wings and did not give him energy. Even figuratively speaking, they said he didn't feel energized at all. The company lacked evidence to claim the beverage could not prove one's focus, and they settled out of court for $640,000.
He won.
He didn't really win by judgment. They ended up not wanting it to go to court, so they just settled and said, "Hey, if you just drop this, we'll give you $640,000."
But he got money from that.
Yeah, I'm fixing to have to come up with some frivolous ass lawsuit. I'm telling you.
Oh my God, we need to find something. I'm looking around now, give me
I know what
something.
I'm gonna do. Next time I use one of these markers and I buy them and they're dry, I'm just gonna sue them because I didn't have no damn ink in my marker.
There you go, because we paying for an alcohol ink marker and you giving us a dry eraser. It's bullshit. Girl, check this out. I about fell out when I read this. It's called The Case of the Stolen Kidney. The audacity of this shit now. In a truly strange case from Long Island, New York, a man sued his ex-wife for the return of his kidney, which he had donated to her while they were still married. When their marriage ended bitterly, he demanded either his kidney back or compensation of $1.5 million. The court rejected his claim, citing the legal principle that human organs cannot be considered property in a divorce settlement.
What year was this?
It didn't tell me a year. There's no year on it.
You want to know why? I'm not saying no names. I'm not saying no names.
You know these people.
I know a situation like it.
Shut the door. Do tell.
No. So anyhow, I'm not even going to say how I know this lady. There was a lady that I knew, and she was in need of a kidney. Okay. If she didn't get it, she was going to die. Okay. Basically, point blank, she didn't get it. She was married to a man who was over 300 pounds. He had to lose over 100 pounds to be able to donate his kidney. He was a match, but they would not do it at his weight. So he spent over a year and a half losing 100 pounds so he could donate to her one of his kidneys. So he ends up making his goal weight, donates one of her kidneys to him, and after she got the kidney transplant, she left him for another man.
Man, that had to hurt.
But now I don't know that he ever sued her. I was just, when you said that, I was like, what?
Lost 100 pounds just to give that bitch a kidney, and then she left him for. Wow, bitch! That if you listen to our podcast, you're wrong. You're wrong.
For real.
That is insane.
So this is called trespass at the owner's risk. Ooh. So in other words, like somebody trespassing on your property gets hurt and then sues you. Right. Can you believe that? So it's hard to believe that anybody could win a lawsuit like that. Okay. But that's exactly what happened to two Lancaster, PA teens who were severely burned on top of a parked railroad car in 2002. While they were out skateboarding, Jeffrey Klein and Brett Birdwell had illegally entered the property owned by Amtrak and Norfolk Southern Corporation, right? So they climbed on top of a boxcar, and they had an uninsulated wire that was showing, and it had 12,500 volts in it, and when one of them hit it, it caused severe burns to over 75% of his body. And then his friend received burns because he went to try to help him, and he got burned as well. So the jury said that even though they were trespassing, even though the boys were trespassing and broke into the property, they still received a combined $24.2 million.
See, I don't think that's fair because they were trespassing and it's their fault. There's trespass signs for a reason. No trespassing, beware of dog. Come in your yard, my dog's going to eat your ass. Just all kind of stuff like,
but
beware, electrical fence.
Well, see, that's what the problem was. The Amtrak and Norfolk had failed to put a sign up saying that they had electrified wires on the locomotives. That's
what bit them in the ass.
Yep. You have to notify people of that. That way, if somebody's getting ready to break in, they might be like, "Well, I was going to break in here, but I decided I better not." They're claiming
Uh,
that's how they got. But you know what? Again, that's another one of them that as it's ridiculous. You
yeah,
shouldn't
that
you shouldn't break in and end up being able to sue somebody.
right. You should not. It's going to be funny because my last two. Well, you'll hear after I do this one, and you'll be like, oh, that's two about this type of thing. But this one is called Suing Satan. Okay. Um.
Satan?
Yes, could it be Satan? In 1971, a man named Gerald Mayo took the unusual step of suing Satan and his minions for causing him distress and challenging his life.
Oh
The
Lord.
U.S. District Court in Pennsylvania had to consider this unique case, ultimately dismissing it. The reason, you ask, why they dismissed it? The court stated that Satan, being a foreign prince, could not be served a lawsuit without an address. You tell me Gerald didn't have some mental issues going on.
You said, Gerald, listen, if you get us Satan's address so we can serve him, we'll definitely see this through, okay?
We will, yes. We will be your minions and help you, okay?
I
We
think
will
I would have
take you
popped up and
down.
been like, it's 666 Hell Boulevard. Okay, so ready? So we
Yeah.
all know the job market's been tough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Trina Thompson discovered that firsthand. She was like, okay, I know it's been hard out here. She had went to college at New York Monroe's College and earned her bachelor's degree. However, she was never able to find a job between her graduation in April and the following August. So, as a result, she sued the college, claiming that its career counselors were doing a bad job of finding her gainful employment. Thompson believed that graduating from school was a waste of time and demanded a refund for her $70,000 tuition. Unfortunately, that's not how college works, and Monroe answered back stating, "It's clear that no college can guarantee employment." But they dismissed her claim. They didn't let her have that.
Wow. What the fuck?
So you gonna go sue because I went to college and I didn't get a job?
Yeah, like how I mean, that's the career, the path that you chose, honey.
Yes, it.
That is the path. Um, okay, this is my last one, and I about fell out, but I was just shocked. It's called The Fear of the Number 666. In 2011, a man in Tennessee quit his job after his W 2 tax form had the number 666 printed on it. He believed the number was a mark of the devil and sued the company for constructive dismissal.
Mm.
Surprisingly, he won his case in court and the jury awarded him $150,000 in damage.
I really got to come up with a case.
Like, all because it had that. Now, don't get me wrong. I hate 666.
Me
I
too.
don't like it. I don't like sixes. But sometimes when shit pops up that is just generated, like, come
Yep.
on now. Yeah,
Yep. Can't
what are you
help
gonna
it all the
do?
time.
I
Yep.
mean, you can fix it at the store. You spend $6.66. You be like, here, bitch, ring this bubble gum up.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
exactly.
let's change it.
Yeah, I do that all the time. Ooh, we got
Me
to get something
too.
else. Okay, so this is called Nice Try. So jail, sometimes when you go to jail, it just gives you a lot of time to think. You know what I'm saying? And a
Yeah.
Chesapeake, Virginia man, a prisoner, used his hours to come up with an exceptionally innovative lawsuit. In 1995, Robert Lee Brock sued himself for $5 million, claiming that he violated his own civil rights when he was arrested 2 years earlier for breaking and entering and grand larceny. Okay? He said, I partook of alcoholic beverages, and as a result, I caused myself to violate my religious beliefs. This was done by my going out and getting arrested, wrote Brock in the lawsuit he filed against federal court. But because he had no income in jail, he said that the state should pay his multi-million-dollar claim. So, okay. Did you read this or something? So Rebecca Beach Smith, the judge, dismissed his claim on a ludicrous case, but she said she gave him A plus for having an innovative approach to civil rights litigation. She gave him an A plus for effort. The judge was like, "Listen, you can't sue yourself." But he sat there and thought, if I sue myself and I can't pay, then I can make the state pay. That was pretty good, wasn't it?
That was pretty good. And then again, when I read it, I was like, this motherfucker is crazy. There's something mentally wrong with him too.
Yeah.
Trying to sue yourself. Like, who does that shit? Who does that? I think we should do more of these. This was very fun.
I think so too. Y'all let us know what you think about it in the comments. And if you've heard of a ridiculous small claims court or any case, hit us up at bridgetandholly@gmail.com and let us know so we can put it on our next podcast like this. But again, make sure y'all like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We're trying to get 3 series off the ground: Ask Bridget and Holly, Confessions, and Settle the Argument. If you have any of those, email us again at bridgetandholly@gmail.com. And until next time, y'all, have a good day. Bye.
Bye.